Hi everyone, it's Jaymie here, your soulful intuitive coach and healer. I'm here to provoke and support you into living your audacious dream. And today I want to talk to you about the fun and inviting ways that I've come up with physically purging. This is something that's so absolutely important because the things that we make room for in our lives, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, they take up space, right? So a lot of the physical things that we have are really symbolic. There's this correlation of people who have more things, have a harder time letting go of things. Maybe they hang on to anger. They have a hard time with forgiveness. Or maybe there's a feeling of lack in their lives, and having physical objects sort of fills that void and creates this illusion or this sense of abundance. Now, obviously, this isn't the case for everyone, but I think a lot of times we just get distracted and we have more in our lives than we need to, than is actually healthy, and we just don't realize it because we don't give it the attention that it deserves. And when we physically purge, we are literally emotionally purging as well. And it's so cathartic. And I just highly recommend it. It's something that I implement in my coaching practice because I used to be a personal organizer and I was disorganized. So I totally get it. I'm stubborn. I used to be really attached to things. And it wasn't until I really started going into my spiritual journey that I wanted to put in more, that I naturally shifted into a minimalist lifestyle. And so I want to tell you about some mind-numbingly easy, fun, and inviting ways to get started, because this is generally the trickiest part and we can make it easy for ourselves. Okay? So the first thing is really recognizing, making it important, understanding, like, one of the things that I say is I physically purge to emotionally purge. I physically purge to emotionally purge. I want to heal. I want to be in a healthy space and I want my physical space to reflect this. I really have a conversation with myself. Because if I don't know why, when I don't remember why I want to do something, I'm not going to do it. It's just so easy to push it off, right? So have that conversation with yourself. Make it a priority, okay? And then you want to make it fun. You want to make it digestible. You want to make it easy for yourself because you don't want to burn out. Like, you're being asked to do something that doesn't come naturally to you. So you want to make it as receptive for yourself as possible. Put on some music that you like, something that's stimulating. Set your alarm for maybe 5 minutes and pick an area that is going to be appealing for you to want to clean. Okay, and you want to go with something that's easy and manageable. Now, this usually shows up in one of two ways. It may be selecting an area that in your home where you spend the most time at, right? And by cleaning that area up, it just gives you that momentum. It makes you feel good and it creates this catalyst of wanting to get more organized. Or it's such a hot mess and you pick that because you think it's the right answer because you spend the most time there and you're like, once I organize this space, it's going to make my life so much easier. And so people take on this gargantuous task which will burn you out, and that's not what I recommend. If there's so much clutter that you just feel like it's an avalanche and you're not even going to be able to get to it without a shitstorm coming, don't pick that. Pick something maybe in an area that's not as highly trafficked. Maybe it's not a popular area in your home. Maybe it's just a makeup drawer and you don't use a lot of makeup. Whatever it is, this isn't about necessarily getting the results that you want right away. It's about creating the foundation and proving to yourself mentally that doing these physical purges is easy. It's about experiencing the mental shift, proving to yourself a new experience. So start small, whatever that is for you, right? And this is just to purge. Just get rid of the things that don't serve you. You don't want to think about it too much. And this is why I love putting on music, maybe something where you're like singing along with it, or, you know, you're like less in your mental head and you're just more with the physical flow and movement of things. If you hit a wall and you're not sure, move on to the next thing. Okay? And just collect all the things that you want to get rid of, whatever that is. Just keep going, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. Right? And what's amazing about when you do it for just 5 minutes and you have fun music on is you're already in that rhythm that more than likely you're going to want to keep going. But if you don't, that's okay. You can get a lot done in 5 minutes. You would be surprised. It's about taking these incremental shifts a little bit just over time. Okay? Pilots, when they're off by 1 degree when they're flying, they can end up in a different continent. Like, that's how much even the smallest shifts have a tremendous impact in your life. So, you know, I think it's really important for you to recognize that, you know, you don't need big results, not always. And I think that's where a lot of people get intimidated, is they're just like, oh, there's so much, and they're so busy focusing on the challenge or wanting that results and being driven that the in-between process doesn't feel appealing, or it gets lost in translation and people think like, oh, I can't possibly get there. And it's like, you're not meant to do everything all at once. Start small. Pick something, right? And get support, whatever support means to you. For me, I'm an extrovert. I love being social, and I have a way of being really accountable when I publicize it. So one of the things that I do with some of my girlfriends is we keep each other accountable, but just letting each other know what it is that we're doing. So I might text one of my girlfriends and say, you know what, I've made a commitment to physically purge my drawer or my backpack, my kitchen cupboard, one of them. And I take a picture of it, right? And I say, I'm going to get to this by, and I give myself a deadline. And then I ask my friends to keep me accountable. And then if I don't respond by the deadline that I gave myself, they'll check in on me. Although generally they don't have to, because I've already done the work. And what I do is, once I do it, I send a picture to my friends showing this is what I physically purged, as evidence to really get that momentum going. And we support each other, and we do that for one another. Other times it may be that you invite a friend over to physically help you with that. You know, say, I'll make you lunch or dinner if maybe you can help me out with this, and start small just to get that flow going. And you can make it really simple, really easy. It depends on what works for you. You know, you can literally just get a plastic bag and just put it there. If you find that that's too ordinary, that you might forget, and for you it works better when it's more of an occasion, the next time you get a box, like something comes in the mail for you, save that box. I have it by my front door, and I just collect all of the different things that I want to donate or get rid of or sell, or whatever the situation is. And I also have a tiny little basket for my laundry. And so when I'm doing laundry, I'll literally take the empty basket while my clothes are in the washer, and I'll just start collecting all of the things that I want to get rid of, and then I transfer it into a box, or I put it into a bag. And so what I'm doing essentially is I'm implementing it into the daily, not my daily, but like my weekly practices, the things that I'm already doing. So it doesn't feel like this extra overwhelming task that I have to do. I'm just building off of what's already there. And it makes it fun and appealing for me. And so it's just these little things. Start small, just a little bit here and there. And then eventually it just becomes a daily part of your life. Maybe not daily, but just a regular part of your life. So to recap, pick an area that's mind-numbingly easy. Start small. get support, put on some music, set the alarm for a short amount of time. There are some other great resources if you want to take a more organized, in-depth approach. 1 Year to an Organized Life is a very elaborate and extensive book if that's the kind of thing that resonates with you. I'm single and I live by myself, but if maybe you have a family or and this is something that you want to do together, that would be an amazing book to be able to delegate and designate specific tasks for everyone. So that is just a little bit of my organizing tips for you. And it's just such an amazing way to emotionally purge and to experience a spiritual catharsis without having to do the deep work if you just want a different shift. And maybe you're not doing this for self-growth. Maybe you're just doing it because you want your place to be more organized. It's still such an amazing side effect. So let me know how this resonates with you. Comment below and share with us what you ended up purging, how it made you feel. What are some of the accountability practices that you've implemented? All right? I'm looking forward to reading your comments. Bye!